first time up on the mountain?
The first time?
Yeah, how many years ago?
It's about like 8 years ago.
8 years ago?
Yes.
What is that one?
Is like, let's go.
Let's go?
Yeah, let's go Twin Day.
Twin Day, okay. Twin Day. Twin Day. Let's go. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the peak right there.
Oh, I see it. Oh my God. We're gonna climb up that thing?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hey guys. Sage. Is that the blue one?
Yeah, that's the blue one. The line of like velvet blue.
Yeah.
And some people they say their balls look blue.
That's hilarious. And we're off. We are taking the 8-day Lemosho route to get up to the peak. A lot of folks may not want to spend extra time or money on this route, but it does increase your success rate because you give your body more time to acclimate. So I figured if I'm gonna spend this time and money anyway, might as well take the route that will help me get to the top. We've got a group of 7, 4 girls, which I thought it was interesting that it's female dominated, 3 guys, and 4 of us are from the US, 2 from Scotland, and 1 from Canada. Day 1, done, except for like 100 feet.
We're gonna go around the table and share our peak and pit, which is our highlight of the day and our not so highlight of the day.
It's been really great getting to meet everybody and just like chatting on the hike and hearing everybody's like really interesting backgrounds from like these crazy endurance events that you do and being a through hiker and just like everyone has their story, and it's cool that I'm starting to hear it.
Surviving day 1. This is my first backpacking adventure ever, so just trying to see what it's gonna be like.
Peak was the monkeys, 100%, and the fact that he said they had blue balls. Oh, we didn't think about this. I didn't think about this. I don't have any non-soapy water to rinse my hands with. Oops.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, here you go. You can have the soapy water. You're smart. For those of y'all who don't follow me on Patreon or social media, you might be wondering who the fella is that I have along with me on this trip. His name is Rodney, and we've known each other actually for about 18 years now. But we've been dating for several months, and I mentioned going on this trip and asked him if he'd want to join, and he said, halfway across the world to climb the highest point in Africa? Why not? Well, I set up my game camera and I captured 2 videos of what I'm pretty sure is a deer, unless like lack of oxygen really has me out of my head or something. But when I asked one of the fellows this morning, it's a guide on the trip, what kind of deer they have here, he said, we don't have deer. So I'll have to check that again later. Morning. Let's see, how we get that unlocked and zip.
Yeah, unzip.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, wow.
How did you sleep? Yes?
Pretty good. Yeah, how about you?
I sleep very good.
Like a baby.
Yeah, like a rock.
Yeah. So what do y'all use to heat the water? Like, do you have a...
Have the gas cook.
You have what?
Gas cook.
Oh, gas. Okay, gas cooker. Okay. I'm still getting used to all of the service along with this trip. I'm so used to, for 10,000 miles or so now, being very independent and not having anyone carry anything for me. So going to a situation where my stuff's being carried, you know, I have a day pack and I'm toting all my camera equipment still, but being served coffee in the morning, like that's never been a thing. I mean, my friend Perk did used to bring coffee to my tent occasionally on the Triple Crown trails, but when you get to camp in the evenings, they open your tent for you and bring you hot water to wash your hands and wash your face and stuff, and that's just a luxury I'm not used to. And I told one of the guides that, and he was like, well, it's a luxury and a service that you paid for, and these are our jobs, and you're doing this and employing us. You know, we signed up for this job. It wasn't something we were forced to do. And so I guess that made me feel a little bit better, but still I'm just like, I feel bad. Like somebody has to get up earlier than me and prepare the coffee and toting the stuff. And so something I guess I probably won't get used to, but I'm going to try to at least appreciate. Still lots of uphill. Weird, I know. We are supposed to be out of the forest within an hour of when we start hiking or so. And then we're going to be pretty much exposed until the last night that we camp. We should be back in the forest. But Rodney's kicking butt. Made it through his first day backpacking. Heck of a note to do this on your first backpacking trip. We passed our health checks last night, but we're not even at 10,000 feet yet, and it's so hard to breathe. That is so cool. Oh my God. I've never seen ants. I thought it was like a hornet nest or something. Huh. Ants. Partea Kilimanjaro. So if you're wondering how you go to the bathroom, there are all these little tuckaways. So you can hear everybody. You can see some of them, but can't see you if you squat down. Pretty good view though, for toilet time. to. Yay! So it's only 1 p.m. and we're already at camp. It was actually planned that we would get here somewhere between noon and 3. I was a little worried earlier today. My heart rate was up to like 155. Last night it was 104, but that was after we had been at camp for a while already. So that's the only thing. My oxygen's been holding in pretty good. It was in the upper 80s while walking today, but last night at camp it was in the 90s, and I feel like at rest today it'll be in the 90s. But it's not something I've ever measured in the past, even when I was on the CDT especially, or like on Mount Whitney in California. So I don't really know what my normal is for higher elevation. So the fact that they monitor that and they do health checks in the evening, I think is good, but it just makes me stress a little bit more seeing the numbers and seeing something that's not in the normal range. But I mean, I think that's kind of expected.
Yeah?
How are you?
I'm good, sorry. I was watching Emily climb the rock. Yeah, I'm good.
And so he just told us that this is Cathedral Peak, the crater that we're about to go up on, because that little point to the right that's kind of covered with clouds looks kind of like a point on a cathedral. So that's why it's named that.
It's gonna be fun to come down.
Have you ever gone to waterfalls?
Go to where? I'm gonna smile at you. I'm gonna make it look glam and beautiful. So thoughtful, isn't it?
Say chapati.
Chapati.
Home sweet home. Hello. Hey there. It's a big old beak you have. Well, you can't see it, but it is raining slightly out here. Hey, friend. Come back.
I don't learn.
Tell yourself, I can.
You can do it.
Wherever you discourage yourself, nobody can rise up your right.
Right.
What we concern is how you feel. So you get those numbers. That's why we say we don't have any number to let someone turn around, but it's how you feel in general. Because you might get those high numbers, oxygen 90 is good heart rate, but you sick. And we experienced that situation. We have someone with like the 50s for the oxygen, they're feeling great. Someone with 90s, they are sick. So that's why we don't have a number to stop someone.
Feeling.
Yeah.
Hope, and if you sleep it like tonight when you sleep, hopefully you feel better because you're also
Yeah, for
when
sure.
you
Yes,
sleep, right?
yes, we
So like
go-
even if you feel queasy now,
Every hour we're
hypothetically,
standing up here, we're getting better.
you're getting better and better.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
that's
like-
helpful.
Everybody's gearing up for the rain. Not happy about it, but here we go. Apparently, that is the lava tower. Probably would be really pretty. Holy crap, holy. Oh, thank you. Have you ever been so happy to see a clear sky?
So happy to see what?
A clear sky.
No.
What is this wall called again? Barranco
Wall.
Wall. Climbing straight up the wall.
I made it.
All right. This is a bag of biscuits that Leo and Bella brought. And yeah, various flavors. So
We're gonna play a game. What flavor
it'll be
is
like
the
the
biscuit?
everlasting gobstopper.
Yeah. What's your flavor?
What are you thinking? Biscuit flavour.
Dry?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. It is dry.
Nice crumbs fly out.
Oh, quite hard as well.
This is probably where they filmed the moon landing.
over 8, 68.
That was our last full night of sleep till the summit. Yep. We made it here about 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. About to eat some lunch. I think I've got everything separated as to what I want in my day pack and charging up all the electronics. But today was kind of a sobering day. I mean, everybody in my group's been doing fine. No real signs of altitude sickness, but this morning started off with a helicopter coming to get somebody off the mountain at the camp that we stayed at last night. And tonight we're camping around, I think, 14,800 feet or so. Maybe slightly above that. And as we were about to arrive at base camp, there was, I'm just getting emotional because it makes me think of my mom, but there was a woman who I would say was in her late 60s, early 70s. And I mean, there are plenty of people that climb this mountain at that age. But she was being given like a piggyback ride by a porter down the mountain. And her daughter, who I would guess was around my age, was like frantically following. And, you know, with the mist and everything, I don't know how quickly they could get a helicopter in here if they wanted to. I asked one of the guides and he's like, yeah, until it clears up, they probably can't. I mean, I'm sure they have ways to try to deal with it, but still, it's just like, oh, you know, I can't imagine how that daughter is feeling, like being in that situation. So anyway, I can't wait to get home and hug my mom. But anyway, I guess all of this is part of it. You know, there are people who do have serious issues with altitude sickness, and they have to be evacuated, and that's why there are helicopter pads at these camps. And to my knowledge, I think this is the last one before the summit. But anyway, so the plan is to eat lunch now, take a nap, and then we're gonna have an early dinner around 5:30, take a nap, and then around midnight we're gonna head up towards the peak.
Jackson,
Emmanuel.
and Emmanuel.
Okay, guys.
I have
Tended.
lots of photos of my I can take
Hapo Lemosho, hapo mti mkubwa, mdogo mdogo, Kakauru, wana manguvu, wageni wetu wanameremeta, wamepambwa nini? Woohoo! One team! Woo! Big planet!
Number one.
Woohoo! Mdogo mdogo. Pole pole. Pole pole, twende juu. Twende juu mlimani.
I know, right? I think we needed that. So the struggle is real right now. We've been going for a couple hours, I think. This makes any 14er I've done look like, or feel like, a cakewalk. If it wasn't for the guides and the porters, speaking for myself, I think the morale would be like zero.
My morale is zero.
Your morale is zero? Okay. I didn't want to speak for everybody. Did you say you're sick to your stomach too?
I'm sick.
Yeah.
Headache.
Oh, okay, so all of the above.
And the summit looks so far away.
I know, I think that's a false summit too.
Look queasy right now.
Yeah.
The toe warmers are coming in clutch.
Yeah. Well, thanks for making me laugh, y'all. 'Cause I felt like I was about to cry.
We're all miserable right now.
Ooh, it's rough. But our whole group is still kicking its ass right now. All 7 of us are still aiming to summit. We can tell the sun is coming up. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see the sunrise, but it'll add some warmth. And apparently this is the top of the rim, so about an hour left to the peak. This is a happy landmark. We got it.
Fucking crushing it.
18,885 feet. Halfway? Don't do that to us. Halfway, good joke. And I want to note that you said it was a gradual climb.
Yeah,
I think your idea of gradual.
From here it's gradual.
I don't believe you.
And it is 45 to an hour. Halfway there.
But at this point, I'm just gonna be really happy to get to the top. This is, like, as far as a single challenge, easily the hardest thing I've ever done. Did you see the sign at the end? All them folks lined up. Holy crap-a-moly. I made it. I don't feel like I can quite comprehend right now, but probably later. We made it.
We made it. That was tough.
Oh, you're hugging. Look at that epic snow here. So, hey, thank you. We made it. Yay, celebratory juice. Almost there. We just got back to camp. This is my stats. That's the lowest I've ever seen my oxygen. And now it's Rodney's turn. I meant to do this at the top, but you know, there was a lot going on.
So you gotta say congratulations. Congratulations.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Your food has been amazing.
It has been so good. Peak and Pit for the final night.
Pete getting to the summit, Pit being told I wasn't allowed to sleep on the trail on the way up.
My pit was kind of seeing everybody suffer a little bit. Because honestly, I felt pretty great.
Not too bad, but...
My peak was that we all made it.
Yay!
And like, I know that it was annoying to some of you, and I was like, you got this, or like, you're crushing it. But like, honestly, like, overcoming hard is crushing it. And so like, it was really awesome to see that like, even though you guys were suffering, like, you persevered, and we all made it to the top, and that's awesome.
Peak, summit, pit. Not getting to see the sunrise because I was like really excited to see the sunrise from the last point in Africa, but also like we made it. So, you know, it's like things don't always go how you want them to, and we're still able to get up there. And I also liked that everybody finished because dinner would have been a whole lot more awkward if we all sat here tonight and somebody didn't. But I don't know how y'all feel, but I don't think I could have made it without all of y'all. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
just the camaraderie and everything. So I guess that's my second.
My peak is like all of you make it to the top, and also up to down here, because it is something going up to the top and another thing coming down, because I don't have any peak because as you're safe and sound, so it's everything okay for me now.
Are you ready to go home now?
Yes.
Yeah, us too. It's always said that the people make a journey what it is. I really enjoyed getting to meet the other tourists in my group, but as great as they are, the ones who really made this trip for me were the guides and porters. Every day I gained so much respect for their strength and determination, and not even just that, but their kindness and attentiveness. And I know that people will say, well, they're just doing their jobs. But it's hard to fake compassion, and they're either really good actors or they actually cared. I thought I was tough before coming out here, but after seeing them, I'm nothing compared to these guys. And I'm a very independent person. As much as I'd love to say, oh yeah, I definitely could have summited Kilimanjaro without the help of the porters, I'd probably be lying if I tried to claim that. I don't know if I could have made it without them. So on this trek, the people literally made the trip.
Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata, hakuna matata.